Every now and again, I like to load up a game of Civ just to test something. I'm trying out a game mechanic. I'm checking something out. I'm trying to figure out, like, how does this thing work? Maybe I need to check the Civilopedia. What does this say? And every now and again, when I do this, I completely randomize the game. And I just happen upon what is one of the most powerful starts I've ever seen for Russia. Now, I just completely randomed Russia. I set up a game like it would normally be because I've learned from my mistakes. When I'm loading up a test game, I should load it up as a test game, right? It should be deity difficulty. It should have all the standard stuff. I should have all my mods enabled because every now and again I find a start like this and it is incredible. Look at this turn 1 settle, or turn 2 settle rather. Look at this 6 era score going into this, 7 era score. And we're working a 3-2-2-2-1 tile from turn 1. That is absurd. We're going to go double scout. And I think we'll scout to the northwest with our warrior in this kind of a direction. It's absurd how powerful this start is. Let's go ahead and open up mining into astrology. We definitely want to go for Dance of the Aurora this game. We want to get like insane, and I mean insane, holy sites. Now there is an argument to be made to work this rice tile with our second population, but we will consider that possibility when the time comes. Looks like an enemy scout to the left there. There's a tribal village, perfect. We will definitely want to pick that up. Now, there's a few things here that I would really like a relic or, well, craftsmanship boost, not so great, but I'll take it. Let's go ahead and scout to the south. Looks like some potential city locations here. I think I'll send this scout down and to the left, another tribal village, amazing. So I have been scouted by these barbs, but I don't care about that necessarily. I have no infrastructure for them to kill. Maybe when I start, okay, there is Simon Bolivar. Very nice to meet you. I am going to go ahead and bribe Simon Bolivar. I'm going to send him a delegation and hope that we can be friends, but that's a little bit scary. Okay, a free builder is helpful, actually. The question is, what do I improve? If I were to improve the rice, this would give me a boost for this. I could also opt to improve the salt, which I could then sell to Simon Bolivar, so that seems interesting as a concept. Let's send this scout to the east to see if we can maybe find that barb camp. And I think I'm going to improve the rice just to get the irrigation boost. And I think, okay, so Simon Bolivar has denounced me. I'm going to bring my warrior back to defend. Because if I have my warrior at home, it should make it easier to protect myself. It looks like he's to my northeast, which is slightly concerning. There's the farm. Oh, I already had irrigation boosted. Well, at least now I have a 5 food tile that'll allow me to grow this city incredibly quickly. And I'll send this scout to the southwest-ish area. So with Simon Bolivar being annoying, I think I'm going to have to go Slinger, Settler, and then Holy Site in that order, which is far from ideal. So there's astrology, which means we can place our Lavra. It's a +2 Lavra. That'll eventually be like a +8 or 9, depending on how many Tundra tiles we can get adjacent to it. And let's make our way towards archery. That's going to be the thing we use to defend. Obviously, we're taking Dance of the Aurora here. Holy Sites get +1 faith from adjacent Tundra tiles. Nothing else in here does as much work. This is like Russia's bread and butter. We are going work ethic this game, and we're going to crank out all of the production and growth. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to get my religion. It'll be a slightly delayed religion, but we are playing Russia, so we do have half-price holy sites, which means we can kind of get away with delaying for a slinger. It puts us on track. Oh my god, look at that, dude. +11. I think it's worth it to keep these tiles, because if I put lumber mills on them eventually, they become like 3 food, 4 production, 2-2-1 tiles, which are really, really quite powerful. But yeah, I feel like this is a no-brainer right here. That's a +8 Lavra. Let's just get that placed. Yeah, he's coming for me. I may have to chop out the slinger here. +40 gold. If I could buy a warrior, do you know what I might be able to do here? I might be able to do a cheeky little maneuver where he won't do it. He won't do the deal. Now, depending on what's in this tribal village, it might save my bacon. A free builder, not the worst thing. Oh, double tribal village, amazing. So we're on track to get a golden age this era, which is quite nice. I think I'll hold this chop. Okay, here he comes. Let's build a mine. Chop out the slinger. Get that warrior a little bit sooner. Now, he will get kicked out of my borders when he does declare war, which will buy me a couple of turns. And I also have a free scout who can tank reasonably well on the river. Let's go discipline and urban planning. We don't need the faith. We already have really good faith gain. I don't know why. Yeah, we should work this tile. The extra production is huge. The war should be declared here any moment now. Yeah, he's healing inside my territory. That's to be expected. Some kind of barb camp down here to the southwest. Maybe I could buy a unit off it if I can find it. That would be amazing. The good news is we do have a relatively good defensive arc. Only 1 tile can attack the city, and I can hold these 3 river tiles, and it should be quite hard for someone to get in and actually kill my city. We'll get to work on the archer. Hire a warrior. Perfect. He's on the perfect defensive tile. So we have a defensive arc going here, and we'll have an extra unit as well. So this should be a very defendable location. I hate that it's delaying my I might have to go single city holy site here, which I'm not a big fan of. You will die if you stay here, even if you're fortified, I think. So the best thing is for you to retreat. 40 extra gold. Okay. Yeah, so he can attack the city pretty effectively, but because I have a defensive arc, I should be very capable of holding here. Do I want to buy that luxury? We'll think about it. You fortify. You fortify. I think we should be okay. I really want to go settler. But I think in this current situation, due to the way the war is working out... No, I should be fine to go settler first while I'm at war. That should work out in my favor. Okay, great. He's killing his own units, which is exactly the position we want to be in. Perfect. I might even let the city-state spawn down here. This is a great spot for a city-state for me. Yeah, I think we've effectively defended this war. The only thing that'll be a threat is if an archer comes. But we should be able to buy a second slinger by then. Oh, we just boosted archery. Let's get archery down to 1 turn and then we'll consider it. So he just pillaged my farm, which is fine. It's still a 4 food tile, which makes it still worth it to work. And now we have garrison promotion on the St. Petersburg archer. I could move forward to defend the river, but I think I prefer defending on the district because the arc is slightly more favorable for me. The defensive arc. Ooh, another tribal village. A galley. Galley is not very useful to me here. So St. Petersburg is taking damage, but that's okay. We have the garrison promotion, which means if he attacks again, he should be in pretty bad shape. We might lose a scout here, which is understandable. Simon Bolivar has like extra movement, which makes him very, very scary. Do I want to move the archer? Do I want to... Yeah, I might put a warrior into this city next turn and upgrade you into an archer. We'll see. Let's step away from archery for a turn. We'll see how she goes. Ooh, very nice. Let's go for faster movement in hills. So they're still really trying to kill the city right now. But they are only able to attack from a single tile, which I think is helping. The city's combat strength is going down, however. So I'm going to swap in a warrior. And we'll upgrade to an archer next turn. So the city should be taking less damage now. Now we have archer up. The good news is you can let your city tank a little bit. So I'm wondering when and if he'll be willing to take peace. The big thing is if I can get this kill. I can. You guys can all stay fortified. And the settler will come out next turn. I need to prevent the city from taking a hit for a turn, essentially, is what I did there. And now this warrior can retreat. The archer steps into the city and just starts absolutely slaughtering. Look at that, 51 damage. And I would like to settle around here. On this tile, I think, because that would, yeah, I think this tile is the tile, because that leaves me with a settlement here as well. So I'm going to loop my settler around the back, obviously escorted by scouts. Okay, I think we're, we had a bit of a rough start, but I think we're in an okay position. What's the, yeah, the great prophet situation isn't looking amazing, but we should be able to get that sorted. We'll build our Lavra. It's going to be a 2-city opener, fairly standard stuff. 18, I don't love that we're only on 18 era score. How long is left in the era? There's, oh, you know what, there's a really good amount of time in the era. 15 turns at least does mean I can get a Monumentality Golden Age. It's just my faith is way weaker than it should be because I was forced into this war. Oh, look at this damage though. I really hope this barb doesn't come for me. That's really, really annoying if it does. Let's do this. Buy the salt. Our capital is at 0 amenities, so we definitely want to get salt up. Plus it's a 2-2-1 tile, which isn't terrible at all. And it'll also boost the wheel if we want to try and get a chariot to provide extra defense for our city. Let's see if we can't chase this warrior away from where we want to settle. Oh, I did not mean to research craftsmanship. I meant to go for early empire, actually. That was a bit of a mistake. Should be fine. Nice. There's the Lavra, +3 holy site. Yeah, look at that. 23 points. Now, we definitely want to do at least 2 holy site prayers, I think. Yeah, we probably have to do 3, but I think 2 should be enough. So we'll see where we stand after 2. Can I get this kill? Okay, yep, we got the kill. That's good. His military score is basically non-existent. He's not willing to make peace, however, which is kind of obnoxious. I can hire an archer not too long from this encampment too. Oh, I think my graphics card is dying because I get these weird graphical glitches and stuff. It's a very, very unfortunate happenstance. So his military score doesn't really exist. Right, so we'll settle in place, boom. And then in order to get the Lavra extra fast, I'm actually going to chop it. That way we can get the Lavra here, a +9 Lavra in 4 turns, which would be disgusting. And then I'll position these guys like this. Defensively. I don't want to go on the offensive against Simon. I would actually really like him to piece me out. Yeah, I'm going to take that piece because that's 10 turns where we can't go to war. Maybe he'll take a delegation. I don't know why he's such a jerk, but he doesn't want to buy anything off me. I handed him his own ass in war. Like, what did he think was going to happen? The good news is we definitely have a religion secured. And we also definitely have a Golden Age secured, which are like the 2 fundamental things you want to do as a religious civ, but especially Russia. So there's Chandragupta, honor to meet you. So Golden Age is now secured based off meeting him. We still want to get a religion really, really fast, but how fast is actually a bit of an open question. Barb Horseman is killing my tiles. That's nice. That's my favorite thing. I don't know what your favorite thing is, but that is my favorite thing. Yeah, there he goes. Look at that, 95 gold. Absolute jerk. Just a massive jerk. I would like to know more about Simon Bolivar. I'll send a scout in his direction. We have completed one Holy Site prayer project, which puts us just about where we need to be. Something to be said for just going for this religion passively. How bad would it be if someone took work ethic? I think I lose this game, so I just have to rush a religion, unfortunately. Whereas if I get work ethic, I win the game. Okay, we need to kill this horse. Right, horse killed. Then we can bring more military units to go deal with this down here. Let's go for our monument next. The Holy Site. Like, look at this adjacency, dude. 9 faith adjacency, 8 faith adjacency. Holy poggers. Nice blizzard coming in, hopefully to defend me. I hope it goes that way. I have to protect my holy sites. If they get pillaged, it's a huge blow to my empire. Multiple turns of like 9 faith not being obtained. There's 1 kill. Now I want to cross the river and make my way towards this archer. But I'll do that next turn. Ancient Era ends in 8 turns. Catholicism has been founded. I'm genuinely shocked that Grand Columbia is going for a religion. It's not what I was expecting. Okay, it's time to deal with this archer. Let's approach across the river. Send the scout to the north. I want to find this barb camp up here too. I'd like to buy more units. This is also a really, really good spot for a barb camp to be because it's out of the tundra. It doesn't really claim any resources that I care about. Let's get our monument now. What are we looking like? Yeah, 1 turn until we get our religion. Amazing. So we're on track for a insane game, which is exactly what we want. This is going to be ridiculous. When like, just wait until you guys see what happens. It's actually going to be ridiculous. This is like a high roll of high rolls. So we got this. Now, ideally, I would wait until the classical era to found my religion, but waiting 6 turns when someone else is breathing down my neck on getting a religion here is a big problem. But also, it's 6 turns where I'm not benefiting. So the religion will be called hard work because we are going for work ethic. Okay, look at that. Wait until I double this. So we're going to take work ethic. And then pilgrimage would be nice for the extra faith. But do we want to go all in on faith? Probably not. One big problem Russia runs into all the time is tithe. Then again, lay ministry is also just super powerful. But yeah, Russia runs into gold problems a lot of the time when they're playing the game. Because usually you want to go holy site into theater square, which means you're not generating a lot of gold. So if you take tithe, it clears that up. But you always almost want to go for lay ministry for the extra faith and culture. But I think tithe here does kind of shore up my weaknesses. This covers production and gold. And then I will get culture and faith from my districts. This kind of builds a more well-rounded build. It's probably not super optimal. Like if I was playing optimally, like in a team-based game, I would go for lay ministry because I could get my allies to give me gold. I could beg them, please, sir, please, look at this now. 21 production in my capital on turn 40. Oh my God. The second I get early empire and the second that I get scripture, my empire is just like busted already. It's insane. Like even Novgorod, my second settled city is getting 5 production from worked tiles and 9 from the Lavra. Insanity. Just pure insanity. I love it. I love it. Faith civs are broken, okay? For a long time, I said religion is weak. And the devs buffed it until it was overpowered. But the problem is religion itself is weak. But faith is insane. Okay, religion sucks. Faith is insane. And I'm okay with it now. I've seen the light. I'd really like to buy an archer. Could I sell something? I could sell my salt for 155 gold and I can get another one in the not too distant future. And then hire another archer. And then this archer should shore up my weaknesses. Monuments are finishing. Now, the second that we finish these monuments, we definitely would like to get shrines. Because that's 2 faith per turn, which when we have monumentality will translate into a lot of faith per turn. Or a lot of builders per turn. Oh, I could go for Edamananki. I'm probably not going to get Edamananki. Plus, I don't have a very good game for it. I would like to build it like an early wonder here. Maybe it would be Machu Picchu. The AI usually goes for Machu Picchu super early is the problem. Hanging Gardens is likely already gone. Like somebody's building it. Maybe there's a wonder in here that I could snag. Mahabodhi Temple. I could maybe go in Mahabodhi Temple in Novgorod. I don't know, we'll see. Oh my sweet Christ. Alright, let's get a barbarian horseman to try and help deal with this. Right. Unreal. Right, kill you, fortify. We're getting our shrine up in Novgorod as well because we want as much faith as possible going into the next era. Every shred of faith is more builders, more settlers, and more power in general. I think we want to focus on settling east first to close out the land that is between me and Simon. And then we'll look to settle west to close out this land, and then we'll settle northwest to close out this non-tundra land. Russia really thrives in tundra, but that doesn't mean you can't settle non-tundra. The problem here is you need to do this. You heal. Let's promote the horse. You go there. Should be good to go. Obviously, we're taking monumentality here. Like, why would we take literally anything else? Amazing, yoink. So the first thing we're going to buy is, of course, a single missionary, and then a settler, and then immediately, as soon as possible, a settler. And the reason for the missionary is so that we can send the missionary with the cities and then immediately convert them and get +3 gold per turn from our settlements. It will slow down our settlement speed, but ultimately it will pay itself off. And we're also going to hard build settlers. So I think my plan is to settle like one of these 2 tiles. Well, here's what I'm thinking. There could be a government plaza going here and another lavra going here. There we go. Pretty good, eh? Another +8, light, nice adjacency. So one of these 2 tiles would be good. Honestly, it doesn't matter which, in all honesty. So I think I'll opt to settle away from the snow. I don't want to settle on the iron because it's a little bit weaker to defend. Actually, speaking of, this is an easier to defend city. 1 tile to the south. It has a river defense, hills, all on the approach, hills behind. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I do like the idea of the city being behind the river to be able to defend from future aggression from the Grand Colombians. This is also a decent spot for a city-state to pop up. I might leave that thing there. I lost my barbarian horseman, but that's not a big deal. We're definitely going to plug in colonization now. Our goal is to just get as many settlers out as possible. We'll definitely be settling like probably on that wheat on the edge of the tundra. Then that leaves 1, 2, 3. There'll probably be another city somewhere around here. And then 1, 2, 3. And then maybe a city like on the edge of this tundra, just so we can get as many holy sites in the tundra as possible. And then 1, 2, 3, there'll probably be a city like on this chunk of fresh water. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then maybe like a couple cities up here to the north. But I think this is the current settlement plan. Looks somewhat like this. Send 2 settlers to the east, 4 to the west, and then see how things go from there. In terms of governors, eventually I would like Moksha to be able to get Divine Architect. This does feel like a Divine Architect game. If I think about what my faith is going to be used, ideally in the first era or 2, I would use it for monumentality. But having Moksha as a follow-up would be really, really nice. The problem is Moksha doesn't do as much. Like you always almost, like when you're playing deity AI in vanilla game, you have to go for 3-point Pingala in almost every game. It's a mistake not to go for 3-point Pingala. So yeah, that's just what we might have to live with there. But I'm going to go for state workforce into drama, poetry, into theology. That'll be the goal. And we'll see how things shake out there. We might go into a dark or a normal age here. All depends, but I am going to go ahead and improve that iron for the boosts. Boost for iron working, that's perfect. I do want to buy my horses. 143 gold, that'll be helpful actually, because it means I'll be able to soon buy another unit. Are you still selling galleys? Yeah, I don't need galleys, unfortunately. I also don't need barbarian horsemen, I just kind of grabbed that because it was helpful in the short term. I could theoretically save some iron and go up to swordsman. I think it would be good to get at least 1 swordsman here. It would provide me the defense I need in order to keep my civilization safe. Let's go here, settle the city, and then immediately convert it. Then let's come into St. Petersburg and buy another settler to go to the east. Position you on top of there. Plus, by converting this, it also exerts pressure. So there's just a couple of benefits to converting your cities immediately. I definitely would like a Diplo quarter this game. But I think after my capital finishes this settler, it'll get to work on making the government plaza. Partially just because that'll actually give me more faith. But I also need to buy this tile for Kazan so I can put the lavra on it. It's only a +6 lavra compared to a +7, but that will go up eventually. We're killing off all the barbarian horsemen as we make our way towards Kazan. You're holding fast and steady on there. Let's promote Pingala with Connoisseur because we definitely want our culture establishing. Culture is, generally speaking, culture is more useful than science in the early game, I would say. So while Yosemite is amazing, it's not the greatest natural wonder we could have found. Let's make sure we are getting a healthy dose of builders and traders with our faith as well. Although I do want another missionary next, I think. All right, good. You're getting close to establishing 3 turns until I can get another guy. You're going to escort the settler to the west. You're heading east. Go ahead and you need to get more population. Right. I forgot about that. I suppose take 3 turns to build a trader. I would love to build the Hanging Gardens, actually. It would make getting adjacency on my theatre square so much easier. But I'm afraid I won't get it, and then I won't have a backup wonder to transfer the production into. Let's start Hanging Gardens and then research Oracle so we can transition. That will delay my government by a turn or 2, but I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Yeah, because I need a wonder. If I'm thinking about era score, I'll need a wonder to get a normal age. Unless I can evangelize. It depends on how fast I can get to what I need to. Tough to say. Maybe I can start a wonder later on in the era. Let's just go for the trader because that lines up with the population growth. Suits me down to the ground. Let's get a second missionary. Descend to the west. So Simon does have horsemen, which should be countered by my swordsmen if I can get them. And I will be able to get at least one swordsman this game, no problem. Let's put an envoy into... I think we're going to go for Mogadishu here, because that plus 2 gold per turn is really, really helpful. Let's go ahead and settle this city. Arkhangelsk. I want to begin the construction of a Lavra. There's a +7 one here, but this is not a hill tile, is it? It is a hill tile, so we don't want to build on hill tiles because they can be improved relatively early into the game. This looks reasonable right here. +6 for 70 gold. 32 turns. Right, so I have a trade route. Where do I want to put it? I could put it in Arkhangelsk. I could also go for gold. I can't see any of Simon's cities. Now I can, but for some reason the trade route hasn't like updated. Make sure that we convert the cities the second that we settle them. As much as I want this government plaza... No, I have to go for the government plaza. It's super important. It's one of the most important districts in the game to build. I'm going to wait a turn on that scout or on the trader to see if maybe it's worth it to trade with my neighbor. Right, we'll pop down a city here. It's not like a perfect place for a city because I don't really know what's to the east. There might have been better cities if I'd known more. But sometimes you are kind of making decisions a little bit blind and you have to kind of accept that. So it's 3 production or 3 gold and a culture from this versus... Yeah, do you know what? I think I'm going to go to Arkhangelsk and just send an internal trade route. That should be fine. Let's make sure we're faith buying a couple of builders to improve tiles that we have. Like there's salt over here that we could improve and sell and just generally make our empire better. And that's going to be like our main priority, convert another city. Amazing. That'll also help with loyalty by converting the city too, and get me 3 gold per turn, which is just like super good. It's like working an extra like truffle tile or something. So let's send an internal trade route to St. Petersburg. That'll eventually become a 3-2 trade route when this government plaza finishes, so that will be better. Plus it'll speed up the acquisition of this Lavra, which will get me a lot more faith. Yeah, I think I'm going to get started on the Hanging Gardens in Novgorod. I would love to start building a settler, but if I could get the Hanging Gardens, that would be a huge boost of era score and would secure me a normal age potentially. Is that really what I want to do? The Oracle is theoretically better, but I would prefer to try to get both. I know it sounds mental, but if I could get both, that would be really helpful. Right, there's political philosophy. I'm going to go ahead and take autocracy this game because I would like to have core V and urban planning plugged in. I'm not making settlers, so I think I can do core V and urban planning. Although faith would be amazing right now. I do want to keep discipline plugged in, and I will go for charismatic leader for extra influence points. Let's start getting some more salt online. Very good. Now, one problem we are going to run into as Russia is food, but it shouldn't be too terrible. In cities like Arkhangelsk and stuff like that, we should be able to figure out how to feed our cities as time goes on. We could potentially pick up Gurdwaras if nobody's picked up Gurdwaras as our capstone faith building to give us an extra 2 food in our cities. Could be the difference maker. Right, so we have political philosophy. Let's head straight through drama and poetry into theology. We have our government plaza. This definitely feels like it could be an audience chamber game. Now, if I decided to go to war with Simon Bolivar, you could make an argument that if I go for Warlord's Throne, it would make my life a lot easier. At the very least, though, I am going to come here and go ahead and promote you with Researcher. Ancestral Hall is helpful, but it's really, like, it's just an extra chunk of faith. Technically, it makes buying settlers more effective, but like, is it really that good to go for Ancestral Hall? There's also something to be said for chopping out these Lavras, but I think I'll hard build them. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm going to go for Oracle. I want to build wonders for era score. That's what I really, really want. As much as I would love to be faith, I would love to be hard building settlers right now. But I'm going to need era score. Because if I could get a second golden age here, it would like completely change the game for me. That's why I really need to build a horse riding unit. I need to upgrade it to a swordsman. And if I could like research machinery to get a medieval era tech to boost, that might be helpful. And evangelizing my religion would be huge as well if I could do that. So we'll see. I'm going to try. Might not be able to get it though. It's got to be a tight era. This will be a minimum length era. And what I mean by that is it's going to be on the minimum side of the turns, not on the maximum. So I have 25 turns to get. What are we? We're on 36 era score. And I need to get to 32 or 63 rather. So I need 33. I need 27 era score, which is going to be very, very hard to get. Now, the one good thing is settling on Tundra always gets you +1. And I think converting, unfortunately, doesn't. But we do have a huge amount of gold, so we can do things with our gold. Maybe buy a temple would be one of them, which would allow me to evangelize faster. So these 2 cities here aren't as important because they're not in Tundra. So I don't think I need to prioritize them like at maximal level. What might be worth doing is actually chopping to get Lavras out, just because of how much faith and production they give. And I think it was a mistake that I didn't do that more. And so I'm going to prioritize doing that. Any city-state missions that I could produce? Spearman. I could very, very easily do a spearman, and I will. 6-turn spearman. Scientist and Great Rider, or Eureka for sailing. Well, I could definitely do a Eureka for sailing if I settled right there. But I'm going to delay that because I want to do the monument first. Monuments are too important to pass up. I'm quite surprised that I found basically no camps here. Yeah, let's step in and we'll go ahead and chop out that lavra. Just one chop for the lavra I think is enough. Any more than that and you're doing overboard. But like, look at our faith per turn. 61 faith per turn is ridiculous. So unfortunately we lost the Hanging Gardens. It's not the end of the world. We can translate that into a swordsman build, which will get us era score. It sucks, but it's not the end of the world. It is. I don't think I'm going to get a medieval era golden age though, now that I'm looking at the numbers. It's just looking less and less likely. I should be able to translate a failed oracle into a Machu Picchu though if I get oracle blocked. And I will hire a hypaspist from this city-state. Well, let's get to work on researching machinery. Having crossbowmen this early would be actually really good on the defense. But more importantly, it's a tech from the medieval era, which means I'm in a position to get era score from that. Drama and poetry is completed. It's perfect. Swordsman is also completed. That's +1 era score. I think the big thing would be to get a galley. So I think a settler in Arkhangelsk sent to go coastal, I think. If I can get shipbuilding boosted and a galley. Also, I need to come in here. I need to take out charismatic leader and plug in diplomatic league. And I need to start looking for suzerainty if I can get it. All of these have had their suzerainty taken. That's unfortunate. Usually you get extra score for being first suz. So I'm going to go for watermill and granary in Novgorod to allow the city to continue to grow a little bit more effectively. That's really the only logic behind that decision. But I'm making 73 faith per turn, which is just pure insanity, to be honest with you. 81 now. I don't even have theology yet. Oh, that's ridiculous. All right, so we built a spearman, and that did get me 2 envoys. It got me an envoy in Mogadishu, which is fine. I would love to find more city-states. That's something that definitely needs to happen. Let's see if we can get a friendship with India too. Maybe get mutual open borders, trying to build up that relationship. And I'll do the same with Simon Bolivar if he'll do it. I'll give him a little bit open borders. And I should totally come in here and look to purchase any luxuries that are going spare and be looking to sell my salt as well. Yeah, so growth is going to be a bit of a problem for me, but because I'm playing Russia with work ethic, I do have the extra production to spare. Can't wait till the city-state appears. Right, hypaspist versus hypaspist. Do good damage. Good. I need this city-state to grow as well. I could get a legion. It's kind of fun to get all these different things. Monument and Lavra is finished in here. We're never building Machu Picchu in here. So while the shrine is amazing, it's only 2 faith. I think I would rather get the growth. I need to get the growth going. I think I'm going to put a point into Nan Madol for 2. It's a fine use of an envoy. A couple turns away from getting another settler. Oh, he got the kill on my archer. Wow, okay. Okay, lovely. We just got the oracle, which is huge. That's worth 3 era score because it was from an era behind. More importantly, we can take this out and plug in scripture to double our bonuses. And then I think urban planning is just pointless. But yeah, we should be able to crank out settlers now. The city of Novgorod, I want to purchase that temple. Any iron buyers is the question. You buy 36 iron for 175 gold. I need a tiny little bit more raw gold. I need like 20 more gold. You see, next turn, I could probably buy the temple next turn and then immediately get started on the Mahabodhi temple. And if I could build the Mahabodhi temple before this era ends, that'd put me in a really good position to get a golden age because I could evangelize and I could also Inquisition. Right, let's get to work on the Machu Picchu. That's worth 4 era score. Really, really important that I get era score. Because if I can get that golden age, I think I just straight up win the game. That's the thing that I'm hung up on. In that sense, it might also be good to go for a Colosseum play. No, we'll see. It might be hard to get Colosseum, but it might be doable. Let's put a point into Akkad. So it's 2 envoys. We're building up our envoy. Right, we'll come into Novgorod and we'll start the Mahabodhi temple after we finish this granary. Boom, we'll pop down this coastal settler. This will also get me shipbuilding boosted. I should be able to gold purchase. Let me go ahead and finish sailing. I should be able to gold purchase a galley for 2 era score. They were playing like very sweaty, but it's quite hard to get a golden age in standard speed. Online speed, it feels much easier. Right, so Mahabodhi temple is started. We've got 30 production in this city. Jesus Christ. What a disgusting start. So the Lavra is less important in cities like Olonets, and it would be maybe more important for me to go like Harbour and, I don't know, like Great Lighthouse or Mausoleum, plus a theatre square there. You know, this kind of thing might be a little bit more important. Okay, let's purchase ourselves another settler to head down here. I definitely would like to settle to the north as well, but I don't really have the military resources to project power that way yet. Olonets is crying out for a builder. Definitely grab a builder in there. Let's go granary first, because the city's crying out for food. Well, yeah. No, monument first, always. Culture is everything. What I would really like to do, it would be really nice if I could get a medieval era civic, and maybe feudalism is my best pathway there. So I would like to build 6 farms. I know it sounds mental, but if I could get 6 farms down, that might make it possible. I've got 14 turns left in this era. 2, 6. How many monuments are coming? No monuments are coming. 1 monument is coming, but coming way too late. Might be tough. Might be tough to pull off. I will convert the city though. Hell yeah. Simon Bolivar is being very aggressive with these horses, and where they end up could be annoying. It does look like he's gearing up for a fight with me, and I don't like that. I'm not crazy. It totally looks like he's gearing up to declare war on me. I'm not crazy, I swear. We have the granary, we have the watermill in here, so the growth isn't as bad as it used to be. We don't necessarily need an aqueduct. There's 11 turns left in this era, almost certainly. I'd be shocked if there was more than 11 turns left in this era. So we have to think about what our potential era score generators are. Unfortunately, I sold my horses and no one else has any spare horses, so I won't be able to get a horse. But if I can build 2 more archers, I should be able to boost machinery, which should automatically complete it, or at least put it 1 turn away. I need to keep buying settlers while I have the faith. Okay, there's the war that we were expecting, of course, naturally. I mean, it's Simon Bolivar. How could he not be a treacherous hag? This war, I'm a lot less worried. Because I can hire things like actual horsemen instead of like barbarian horsemen. And I have swordsmen and stuff in the local area. It would be annoying if he pillages this. That's potentially game ruining, but it would just require me to use a lot of faith and gold to buy these chops. So we might be able to make our way out of it. We do have to secure this area though, with extreme prejudice and high priority. Let's have a look and see what Simon Bolivar does. Owie. All right, Cardiff has spawned, which is amazing for us. Although somehow Simon Bolivar got citizenry of it. Annoying. All right, kill there. We can create... Oh, we can grab Homer. There's another point of era score. Perfect. Amazing. Make an Iliad. I mean, this just feels quite good to pick up. Who do we really want? I think this is a Moksha game. Being able to divine architect our way out of problems. But also Magnus is just always good. Like if you have a few forests around, it's just always worth it to have Magnus. Just for the chopping. So I'll put him into Novgorod because we might be able to make use of that chopping power to finish Mahabodhi Temple slightly sooner. I think we settle on the salt, on the cattle. On the salt, on the cattle, those should be not blocking each other. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then there should be a city 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on this side of the river on one of these 2 tiles. Which, if I'm going to go for somewhere, let's go adjacent to the volcano. And in fact, let's go straight over to the adjacent to the volcano spot for the era score. So I need to funnel a lot of faith into making farms. There's 2 farms. I have another farm here, a farm here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 farms. And I can probably make 2 farms over here in this city if I play my cards right. So I'll need another builder in this city. Kill that horseman. Get out of here. Things are going really, really well. Surprisingly well. But what we have to do is we have to put the swordsman into the city to give the city extra combat strength. Then we have to use the archer to kill that horseman. Can't afford to let them attack my city again. Horsemen come defend. There we go. Okay, I think now we're safe. Shouldn't even be a question of like if we're in danger. So I have 4 farms. I need 2 more. Convert the city. I'm missing a missionary, but that's okay. Sell our truffles. I need like a little bit of money because I need to buy galleys. First galley, perfect. 2 era score. We're up to 46 out of 49. I don't know if I can get enough era score, sadly. Oh my god, this like horseman moved so impossibly fast to capture my builder. Crossed an entire empire to get that builder in a single turn. I need to push this builder to the west so he goes into a hill and not into the water. He can't go into the water, so I should capture him next turn. That should be fine. Annoying. Nonetheless, that he's able to run rampant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just need 1 more farm. I'll put it there. Hopefully bait him into attacking my builder and then maybe I can catch him back. All right, so we have managed to get machinery. We're up to 47 out of 49. I've got 2 wonders finishing. That's another 4. Oh, it might be close. I'm telling you boys, if I get this golden age, I just auto win the game like insanely fast. Pamukala, finding Pamukala is huge. That's another era score. Amazing. How many turns do I have? I have 6 turns. Buy a settler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would not make it to the desert tile fast enough. Unless it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have settled desert for an extra era score. If I had thought of it last turn, maybe. Right, Machu Picchu completed. This might actually be the first time I've ever built this wonder. Like literally the first time I've ever built it. Let's swap this guy. You step forward. That way I can get 2 shots, 1 boosted by the city. And then you have a decent chance of clearing that, but more importantly, we're in a position to do that next turn. You're in position. Horseman recapture. Hypaspist, head this way. You're having a bad day, step back. The Commandant General is inside our territory, that's fine. Machu Picchu is causing us an issue. Or sorry, rather, we finished Machu Picchu. I really do need a granary in here, but can I get... Warlord's Throne would be so good if I decided to go on a rampage at some point this game. I think I'm going to go for a more pacifist game. So I think Audience Chamber is the play. We're just do a pacifist Russia game. Smolensk has its shrine. It can't really do anything to affect this era's era score. I guess like I did lose a trader. It could get me a new trader. I will go for the new trader and then go for the temple. Kill him, recapture that builder. That'll be, we have feudalism. Okay, wait. Feudalism is boosted. We research feudalism. It's going to be tight, but it can be done, I think. I should start spending all of my faith now. Grab another settler. I should start suspending it on the possibility. Right, we settle near the volcano. Now, he's annoyed by that, but that's fine. But settling near the volcano gets us +1 era score. I would also like to build on volcanic soil, because that will be era score as well. And if any of my tiles have been fertilized, like this tile right here, have been fertilized by a natural disaster, there's another era score. Although I think maybe the volcano one and the thing are the same. I could be wrong. Let's go monument first in here because I'm not sure what to do with that city right now. I could sit down and plan it, but I don't want to sit down and plan it just yet. Okay, I'm in like must find era score mode. I'm trying to think of everything that's possible. We do have an era tracker for repeatables and stuff like that. We are going to get this masonry. Okay, I can harvest stone. Oh, please kill. Okay, we got the kill. Good. I can't afford to buy a man-at-arms. Get this kill. Could I faith buy a great person? Could maybe faith buy a great rider. Getting suzerainty of and levying a city-state would be really nice, but it's unlikely that it'll happen. I'm going to finish Mahabodhi Temple now. So we're at 56 out of 63. We can double evangelize. Evangelize belief. Evangelize belief. I want Gurdwaras. Defender of the Faith isn't bad, actually. Yeah, I'm going to take Defender of the Faith to keep myself nice and healthy and safe. So we take Gurdwaras and Defender of the Faith. That's an evangelization +4 era score. I just need 1 era score. All I need to do is faith buy a Gurdwara, I think. If I faith buy a Gurdwara, that gives me the 3rd building in my holy site, which means a fully built holy site. Golden Age secured. We're going into the medieval era, boys. Ooh, okay. That was a very, very tough achievement, and we managed to do it with 3 turns left on the clock. Now, is there another way I could get +1 era score that doesn't require me to spend my faith on that Gurdwara building? Let me have a think about that. Because it would be nice. I guess it doesn't matter. If I'm going into another golden age, that means I'll be able to have monumentality again. So it's no big deal. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine. But I'll tell you what, guys. I'll see you guys next time when we actually are going to play out the medieval era. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.